So dañoo kontaan tey bu baax a baax di dalal ñi nga mu nuyoo wax turam ak
viewers mbokk fii laaj man maa ne pour
bi nga xam ne ñoo nekkoon sa di Sedikan
Gambian Association président Yahya Jammeh
Falmata if
meaning that we are hard and the period of time as I say and the main motive
currently thanks to the previous executive what are doing.
We can say since the initiation of SASA have monotonous to what they are saying 11 executives. With this excursion expose most of the students. One, we can say that some of them have never traveled beyond the Gambia, but this excursion give them the opportunity to see what is happening in another country. And at the same time, we also were exposed to a lot of things like the facts that they have gone construct.
Really busy, and then the all for the new executive.
Yeah, as the saying goes, individual can do it as a situation that we are in.
Our intention in the beginning is to start it on our own because so we started whatsoever we do, we work along our development. Because if you see us strong in the Gambia College, know that Mr. Usman Sow, if you look at the man, it's all about innovation.
No, I can even remember the quill farming and School of Agriculture. Sure. So I think he is in love with livestock.
Sure. Mr. Our principal is someone that is more passionate about agriculture because he believes in innovation, and at the same time, it's not only made up of School of Agriculture standards. Sometimes they want to support all our projects, but they will not be able to do it. From School of Agriculture, it is very sad that we find it difficult to attract support from various areas, starting from our own place, which is department, to make our students ready. And this development cannot go training, but that is outside the college. For example, our livestock students, what they do is all the time, every 3 months or every year, end of year, in the entire country. Sometimes you can even understand that you will go back to the lab and do your process. And at the same time, some will go to our individual who dedicate to the service that they have, and they have passion. So looking at that, which they are committed to, now if we have it in our own home, they don't need to suffer anymore. Is it your home? You will be able to take care of everything in your home, where even other students from other schools will also come and learn, because most of our practical sessions that we do normally practice in our SASA farms or School of Agriculture main farm, you will see that they will always join us because they always want to learn. They see the ambition. Before, they will say that agriculture is all about theory, but now the narrative is change in School of Agriculture, because what we see, it's all about practical and theory. If you learn, go and implement it. And that some of the videos that you are seeing on the screen will tell you that we are no longer sitting in the classroom, but we are in the farm.
Yeah, so you can, if it's like of college or university, you're just full of so much knowledge, but very little experience. But because of SASA's initiative, but is it that the department, for instance, are not fully in understanding of what you're trying to do? Because if you are not only allowing your students to just go get their notes, go back home, but you are organizing them into implementing those projects, why is it difficult for them to see that angle? And additionally, is SASA also pushing its members, its students, to start their own individual livestock farms?
Yeah. From our end, we are trying to do that one, because we are a student association. And then when it comes to funding, our source of income is the main and the reliable source of income that we have is our SASA due, where students come and pay. That is, each student will pay $60 in a year. You understand?
In the whole year?
In the whole year, you understand?
SASA need to change that.
Because to make it clear to you that we are so particular about the practical aspect as an association, just last week, because sometimes when I look at the situation, I tend to blame those that have the resources to invest. Because right now, if I have the power, I might not go directly into production. I will go for post-harvest. You understand? By having my own cold store, whereby I will establish and then buy from the farmers, like for example tomato, half and half, and it's not that much fully ripe, then preserve it. When it's scarce in the market, then I bring it out. I'll score a very good money. Just matter of reading the environment that we are, and then trying to invest to address the needs of the people that we are living with. So livestock aspect of it, we need to invest in that area. And then from our end as an association, we really want to have that one. If we can have partners with other people outside, other institutions, they can simply come and help us to establish that one.
I can tell you that if you write a project proposal, I'm going on a limb here, and send it to, I know 2 associations that would definitely come into help. One of it is called GUBA, Gambia United Breeders Association. If you write a SIP, you know, especially breeding proposal, I'm sure definitely they will come in, because they might not give you money, but they might be able to provide you with some SIP. If you do the same thing with GAMPRAS, I know both of these two associations would definitely be interested in working with SASA. But as I said, SASA cannot just sit at the college and expect people to come. Write these proposals, go out, arrange some meetings with their president or their executive, and then sell the idea. It's all about, you have to market your idea, because so far anybody that visits the college is impressed. Quite honestly, it's not the norm to have students, because I can remember you guys telling me at one time, one of your structure, you buy cement and it is the students that will come, that were actually building it. You know, so I think you just need to organize a bit better and have this proposal, and then you might even not worry much about the ministry or the department. Go to some of these associations. They're out there. They really want to change the landscape, the livestock landscape of this country.
Mr. Jeng, if you look at the perspective of our students now, because I in particular, I am a visionary lady, because I believe in more of practical than sitting in the classroom. Before even joining the Gambia College, I went to the Gambia Songhai Initiative, where I served as a student for a full year. Upon my graduation, I was employed in there as a staff on the same day. So I spent 6 good years doing the hard way of practicals. Anybody who knows the Songhai Initiative will tell you how Songhai operates. So when I come to the Gambia College, because now I almost spent 4 years in the Gambia College, I try to disseminate that information, the practical norm, the way I am used to. So when I came there initially, I joined some of the organizations, the student union, whereby I helped them implement some of the practical sessions to the students, which they love. So I have been doing that until the time that the school themselves comes together and want me to be there. The case, we are not in here for politics. This presidency is for development, and this development, I cannot do it alone. So the entire administration plus the student body and any well-wisher of School of Agriculture have to come down. We execute the same thing. We have been doing tremendously well, because we serve only 1 year. But you can see that we have our own farm, different from School of Agriculture main farm, and we develop a lot of things within the college where students are benefiting, both in the classroom, outside the classroom, building relaxed zones in the various part of the college. So we have tried our best as a sub-association of School of Agriculture. As he said, we are just receiving $60 from each student per year. But with that small money, we don't only want to spend it out. What we see first is in our own self, because we are resource persons. We know what we are doing.
But going back to my question, Madam President, are you breeding farmers that will go out in the field, or are you breeding to be office workers? We tend to have this problem in this country. Everybody that gets your master's thinks that paper makes you too good to go to the land, to be a farmer, or too good to have your license of farmer. The reason I always bring up this association is they've come to change the narrative. Some of them are well established, having their own businesses, working as directors, or even owners of big entrepreneurs, and being actual livestock farmers. Is that concept been discussed amongst yourself? Are you trying to inculcate that culture of doing it yourself?
Mr. Jeng, as I said earlier on, you will be impressed that you can only call one student from School of Agriculture and they will be telling you that I have a rabbit farm at home. Now we have a tax for every student because there is a course that we are doing which is called swine and rabbit production, whereby now every class, if you are to do that course, there is a group allocated in the class. Each group you will buy your own rabbit, rear the rabbit. You will not score your mark fully because the lecturer will just mark 60% for you, which is the examination, but the 40% will come from the rabbit that you are rearing. If that didn't succeed, then you will not have your mark. The only time that you can score a 100% mark is when you breed your rabbit and the lecturer see it and it is satisfied with the way you build everything and taking care of those rabbits. So that's the time she will finally give you your score. And some of our students are into, how will I call it, the fattening. Some of them are into fattening to breed those animals and sell it out. Some will even use it because they love what they are doing. We want to go fully into it. We don't want to sit in the office. It is boring. The office is boring. We just want to have the right tools in the right place and the right time, and we will make the Gambia proud because we are ready for it and we have the capacity. The knowledge is intact. Gambia College is the place to get it.
Well, we would like to extend our warmest regards to Madam Ayepola. She's a wonderful lady. She is part of our Gambia family. And then these are some of the things that pleases my heart. Hearing that students will be forced to actually implement practical livestock farming. That if you cannot buy, how to call it, rare and keep your own rabbit, you are not going to have a full mark. So it's going to force everybody to start having that practical experience and hopefully fall in love with livestock farming so that after course, you already have started something. As I said, even with the quail farming, you guys should be able to do something at the college. These are some of the things that don't take much space. Quail.
Like me. As she rightly mentioned, I also passed through Shanghai and then little bit once a trainer in one of the institutions. The same as Shanghai. That is holistic agribusiness solution. But leadership is important in whatsoever we are doing. It's important. So we want to encourage donors and then institutions to come to the Gambia College. We have the leadership from the principal down to the head of school. Because at first, head of school introduced, Mr. So introduced a basic certificate. When I learned that he introduced basic certificate, I was against that decision. But when I went over and then evaluate properly, I realized that, and I have little interaction with him regarding basic. His response was, someone graduating with 2-3 credits or few passes, you shouldn't discourage them by telling them, you cannot come to the Gambia College. Give them the opportunity, nurture them. From basic, they can come to the certificate level, and then certificate to the diploma. And then along the way, they can do a little kind of residing and then build up themselves. So we have the leadership already. Meaning, if you come to School of Agric and you want to partner with School of Agriculture Student Association, that leadership is there to guide us, to make that project a success. So we encourage them to come. We really want to do it. Personally, I don't want to go and sit in the office. Because time to time I do have my own poultry and then have a little backyard garden. Banana, I don't buy banana, and I have my pawpaws and the like.
So even I will take you to task so that I ever go to any office, any project and see Mr. Sedikan, I will remind you of this day. I want people, as I said in one of the interactions that we have, as a livestock student, take it upon yourself that I am learning this to become a livestock farmer. Forget about trying to be an office worker or being in a project. Do it purposefully with the intention that whatever I'm learning, I want to be a livestock farmer. So that way, whatever comes your way is a plus. But as you said, we send our regard to Mr. So YARAM, because some people may not have the academic excellence, but they might be very passionate and very willing because they want to do this thing. You know, that's one of the setbacks in Africa, that we think like everything has to be based on what you can put on paper. So we put aside some potential huge players in the field just because they couldn't excel in an examination. They couldn't tick the right box or make the right answer. Some people might even be nervous and scared and just fail the exam. But down the line, you come there, you come and find them have bigger, much more successful agriculture or livestock, facilities than people who might have been the A+ or B+ students, because they end up just going to the offices, enjoy the AC and the big cars, and then crumble our whole our whole country. So I'm happy that you now have students, and then maybe you being the current president, you might even start having awarding prizes to students. All these motivations that could just push them further to say, okay, it's no longer just about the marks, but I could potentially win 10,000, 15,000 in our next Saturday. We will be talking about the Saturday, but before we proceed, as usual, we usually in every episode go and visit a particular farmer, bring them. The idea behind it is just to show people what other Gambians are doing, what other youths are doing, with the hope that it will be motivational, it will be inspiring, and they will be willing to come and do something similar. So a while ago, we went to visit one of our brothers in Birkama called Baijam of Norgam Farm, and we had some series of episodes we did with him. So Control, if you guys are available, you can play the clip for us.
Abraham doom la si Adia doom la si Batoña Ladiva cause dañ boole woon Ladiva Batoña dafa jël force Ladiva jël force then after ñu boole leen so fon naa dañ am ñoomi neen Omar diggante Omar Cissé ak this other guy freenam bi then after ñu am combination comme xam nga rek comme ñun sax fii mun nañ koo def understand then after ñu am benn doom mu tudda Adia then after gars yi liggéeyee ko then ñun ñu jël doomi Adia boobu noonu doomi Batoña boobu noonu ñu jël ñu teg ko si doomi Raan kii yaayam mu ngi fi then after kii juddu waaw yaayam doomi Raan la directly waaw nga wax lu am solo mooy dañ jël ñaari champion nga am champion ma am champion ñu ne nañ boole suñu ñaari champion yi ñu jur boole leen ñu jur ñu am doom bu góor ñu partager liggéey ko so noonu lañ amee woon kii nii si kii nii Cissé la mooy borom Batoñe waaw Omar Cissé exactly si noonu lañ amee woon doomi Raan boobu noonu si moom fekk Adia mu ngi ko tub waaw after kii ñëw mu nekk si mu jur so after kenn ki ma génnee ko den after kii nii ma téye ko moom laa nekk liggéey right now moom léegi nii mu ngi dugg si 3 years am waaw mu ngi dugg si 3 years am léegi nii waaw léegi moom production am mbaa kañ yee moom am na fi ay doom yu góor yoo xam ne partage naa leen doomam yu góor yi yëpp waaw right now doomam yu jigéen nii am na si yu ma téye waaw macha allah yow am na defaat na beneen tour boo xam ne moom laa nekk di xaar because moom dafa nekk break chain boo xam ne because suma xar yi 99% bi yëpp Saalum lañ so moom dafa nekk Raan understand so moom dafa ñëw magistrat la so su ñëwee moom dafa break chain bi den da ngaa gis ne keneen ku ñëwaate beneen jeune mal buy ñëwaate moom dafa continuer liggéey bi rek da ngaa gis liggéey bi dafa nekk continuité waaw incha allah kii suma liggéey la kii doomi mal bu ma fi amee woon la tudda Chronics waaw moom dama jël Chronics ma teg ko si benn Setirwa Basir boo xam ne dafa am magistrat moom mu génn moom mu ngi tudd naka laa ko tuddee Fidel Castro laa ko tuddee moom mu ngi dugal léegi si 8 months am waaye macha allah moom tamit am nañ si moom yaakaar bu baax waaw. yi mooy imam waaw yaa imam yaa imam kii suma kii doomi Crédor la Crédor doomi mu nekk doomi Île de Saloum waaw Île de Saloum nekk doomi Calvin Cap ak kii nii nu mu tuddaati Saloum so da ngaa gis ne kii tamit kii moo war a continue liggéeyi Abraham bi so Abraham bi da ngaa gis ne moom fu mu stoppé kii moo fa continuer because dafa fekk ne bokkuñ waaye right now moom mu ngi si mu ngi dugg si 7 months am right now so moom kii moo ko magee la si ay 1 month yooyu noonu la ko magee moom nag suma waaji bu baax moo ma si defal xéewal moo ma ko yóbbante ba fii nii lig waaw out of surprise man because man sa yëguma ko dafa ñëw bi si bunta bi sax after ñu ooma ñu ne ma ne dafa am yow luñ la fi indil so ma ñëw ma fekk ne général bi na waaye macha allah di ko rafetlu bu baax yes waaw incha allah waaw waram Saalum yëpp suma liggéey la macha allah yii yeneen doomi Chronix lañ yeneen doomi Abraham lañ ñaari tinga yi ak général bi doomi Abraham lañ so ñaari tënga yu mag yi ñoom doomi Chronix lañ waaye macha allah te ñu am si ñoom yaakaar bu baax te di xelaat di ñaan yàlla future bi mu bright si ñoom soobee yàlla incha allah.
di jaajëfal bu baax a baax suñ broda boobu Baye Thiam borom Norgam Farm ak partner bi Famara Koli wax dëgg yàlla biñ fa demee kontaan nañ torop nañ waxtaan bu yaatu with the exceptional ability yi nga xam ne mu ngi ko fa amee waaye tamit waxtaan bi and the insight the understanding the foresight definitely by Jaraba di kontaan si yéen bu baax a baax ñu dal si waa suñ gane si kër yi we still have the student of agriculture School of Agriculture Student Association SASA, the former president Fatoumata Gassama and the current president Tamsir Sedikan. It's a nice thing to be able to have this, and as you see, they easily are flowing into each other's discussion. It's like it's still the same executive in some sense. It's like the old executive haven't withdrawn themselves and say, oh, it's no longer our show, and the new executive also are not closing the doors and say, we don't need them here again. So it seems like there is a fluid relationship between the old executive and the current. What can you, what do you want to elaborate as to that? I'm impressed with the way that the collaboration is going on.
If the office, that will be my role that we have convened. Where I go to, I am for agriculture. So anytime, at any time, morning, evening, at night, if you come and knock my door, we have this, I'm available. Yeah. Even if I have to leave my own activities and leave. Okay. As you can see, we are always together as executives. We don't have past and present executives. Okay. For us, we are all students and we are all executives still flowing.
So it's like one boss with two conductors. Sure. Okay. So say again, what is the relationship like? I honestly I'm pleased with the fluidity between the outgoing and then the current executive. How has it been since the crossing over? The relationship really, not just the two presidents, but the whole entire executive.
Yeah, thanks for that question. You know, it is important to honor the one that you've succeeded in office, because that particular person have gone through the place where you are. Okay. So in order for you to have an easy ride, you need to honor them and then consult when necessary, and then timely as well. Our relationship with the previous executive is just too smooth. School of Agric is not that much big in terms of population, and we are all one family, from the head of school down to the lecturers and then to the students. Okay. So it's just a big family. Personally, I wouldn't have accepted this position. You understand? Because I never want, I don't look for positions. That's me. But we knew each other in Shanghai. We are all Shanghai, so that brother and sister relationship is there. And then she approached me. Okay. And I told her that, look, madam, look for some other guy, not me. But she did not my point, and then just been sending things to me. So and I couldn't say no to her.
But it seems like then she was that chose her success, so kind of.
Yeah, so
that's nice of her.
Eventually, she's someone that I cannot say no to. Okay. So I have a very high regard to. Eventually, I became the president, and then it's like she's the one in office.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting, but let me be a bit controversial. I understand your official tenure is 1 year for executive, Well, for me, I don't think that is productive because, as we know, in every executive, if you come into office, you have to do a review. A review of the previous executive, evaluate what they've done, and then try to pave the way forward. You do that 2-3 months, and then you are left with what? Hopefully 9 months. In that 9 months, you implement your projects halfway, and then you are not able to complete much. I think SASA has to review that part of the constitution and give you guys more time, because honestly, I don't know of the previous 1 to 10 executive, but the 11th and the 12th seems to be really on the right track. If you look at what you've been able to not only even lobby for space and be allocated the space, and you say fine, however, whatever shape the space is, we will take it and we will make it work. Yeah.
Mr. Ajang, looking at that, for us, our main intention is for sustainability, because the time that I took in office, a lot of things were not visible in School of Agriculture Student Association, but though the past executive have been trying. So we want to change the narrative. As I said earlier on, I didn't just to come to be a president. If you go to the Gambia College, from my school to all the other schools, our sister schools, if you told them about Fatgasama, they will tell you that is he a president or a farmer. Yeah. That's how they regard me, because I don't see myself as a president, but as a servant to my school. So we have been dedicated to this. So if, as you said, we have only 1 year in office, and from that 1 year, if that 1 year elapses, you have to leave office and give it to the next. But it is our job, it is our strength, and at the same time it should be a mandate upon us to look for a good successor. Successor is very important, because you cannot succeed until if your successor succeeds. That is the only time you can call yourself as you are successful. Yeah, because
your successor basically carries the baton.
Thank you very much.
Finish line. You've done your part, somebody have to take it across the finish line.
As he said, looking at School of Agriculture before is different from School of Agriculture now. If School of Agriculture was having 3 classes, know that now we have 12 classes for School of Agriculture. So we are having a big gap now. We are growing day in, day out. So any student that should come into School of Agriculture, you should find this purpose in there. You should be mentally fit, because you cannot run away from work. It will never happen.
Hopefully, by the time all of those 12 classes graduate, the Gambia will finally become an agricultural nation.
Thank you so very much. That is why we are inviting in donors. Either it is going to be the NGOs or the government or individuals.
Or associations, livestock associations.
Yes, livestock associations, you are all invited. We want you to come and work with us. We want to work with you, collaborate with you, and develop School of Agriculture, not only for the school, but for the Gambians at large, because any student that has been grouped into School of Agriculture will have the mentality of an entrepreneur, and at the same time will go back to the field and showcase what he or she have learned in the school.
And they will become very good employees as well.
Thank you so very much.
With such a mentality, some of the investors would have a peace of mind knowing that there is
a good breed they are waiting for. We just don't want to go and touch something, and you said we are the ones that come in here. We want to serve to the best interest of this of the Gambians, and with the quality assurance that we will give. So with that, we are urging each and everyone to come to us, and we work together. We are ready to work day in, day out. So
Saturday, Sedikan.
The time that we have in office, the 1 year, you see, college is a training center, and they are training future leaders. You understand? And then in School of Agriculture, we are not afraid of succession planning. They said Africans are afraid of succession planning, the one that is to succeed you after your tenure. But we are not. We are confined within a year to do a lot, so that when we go out there, if we have 5 years, for example, we will do a lot. Sit in Banjul as well.
Amen. So because I pray that we one day have a livestock mentality, a good agriculturalist there. The
in one of the associations in School of Agriculture, the CEO is an agri student, Malang Kande, he initiated an association called Do It By Yourself.
Yeah,
so we were part of the committee who established at least the early stage of the project. Oh, yeah. The motto there is, we have a nation to save. This stage, we want it to be standard. Our focus is on the condition that our people are on.
Okay. Do it by yourself. They've reached out. I spoken to the guy a while ago, and they wanted to come to my. Since it is an initiative by the youth, by students.
Agriculture, I can say Saturday have been. Saturday was started to the students of School of Agriculture. But when they came with, not just to gather the students together, but it is to come together, invite various people from various sectors to come, and we have an educative and interactive session where even other schools, because it's by the 10th executives, when I came to office, I said that if the 10th executive have done one in this Saturday, and make sure that any difficulty that I said earlier on, the second Saturday, which was my tenure, we make sure that we just make it a grand one.
It was very impressive with even the performance, you know, and all that. It was really a day to remember. Sidikan, because I know this discussion will not end here. We have, hopefully this Saturday, we'll try to come and do some coverage. 2025 would be, I think you'll be handing over. No, sir. So unfortunately, the other guy want to be Menyuko, but we just give you the opportunity to say a word or two, and then we wrap it up.
Yeah, regarding during our own rabbit, and then also eventually that they've established during their tenure. Okay. Because in nursery production as well, you can generate revenue. You understand? And we partner with Green Up Gambia, also have our fruit tree nursery, because we want to preserve our indigenous trees that we have here, and then we've nursed some of them. Okay. Surely we will transplant them as well. But we have a very big heart for our students and the Gambia at heart rather. Our focus is not only limited within School of
Elaborate more. Am nañ yaakaar ne su tey askan su munta dundal boppam rek jafe-jafe du génn si nit ñi ndax ku xiif ku nekk dafay teel a mer waaye suñ fexee ba li nga xam ne mooy mbéy mi nappa bi ak yaram jur gi lu ñu naan yooyu ñu résolve ko bi nga xam ne Gambia mën a dundal boppam yu bari dinañ ko mun a soxaale bi nga xam ne dinañ mun a yóbbu Gambia fi nga xam ne foofu lañ ko soxla ñun ñëpp as Gambian benn Gambia lañ am so benn Gambia bi ku nekk loo ci mun a def rek pour mu jóge si benn jéego dem si beneen rek na ñëpp ñu ànd ko def ko waaye saasalu nit ñi war a bàyyi xel la te dinañ ci gën a góorgóorlu gën koo fesal ba nga xam ne képp koo xam ne am nga ndombal tànka wala ngay individual wala ngay association nga fexe rek seet noo jàppante ak saasa ndax is a perfect breeding ground for tomorrow's livestock di leen jaajëfal bu baax a baax di kontaan si ñëw bi di wax ne rek ba beneen lundi incha allah su lañ programme bi rawee loon yo tamit alxames sa ñaari waxtu dañ ko day repeat jërë ngeen jëf